Thank you for your attention.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Makakradash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother WW3 from the Men of Valor campaign, Greenville, South Carolina, coming back with another video on sincerity and in truth, and Lord willing, it can be edifying. And I wanted to share, Iran put out a part 2 of, these, this is nothing more than war propaganda on both sides, of course. But America, of course, they're doing it. They're coming with the same tactics they've always come through, and this time they're taking, they must defend Israel. Israel has a right to defend itself. And Tucker Carlson was actually, he was kicking back on that, right? He was genuinely asking questions because up to this point, nobody has been allowed to ask these questions concerning, these damn tiny tots, man, because they'll call you anti-Sim, right? But Iran, they didn't finally fuck with Iran, and Iran's not backing out. They've cut off the Strait of Hormuz. They've allowed it to reopen, but not for them, not for the West, okay? All right, but for their BRICS allies. And Trump, on one end over here, he's boasting like he's big and bad, like they're begging for a ceasefire, when he was the real one that requested the ceasefire, So he's trying to still look macho, and Iran is calling their bluff. And this video right here, they've been putting these Lego versions out, but they're accurate. What did you see? You see missiles. You see these clusters. I forgot what they call them. But these new cluster missiles, you got in memory of the victims of Epstein Island. You got BB begging Trump when it's probably Trump begging BB. You got American soldiers in caskets. All right, so they're saying, because America's pushing for a ground invasion, and they've raised the enlisting age up to 42. So now they about to paint this with a broad brush, because Iran has 1 million active servicemen that have been training. All right, and guess what? They all have a love for their country, a love for their people, and a disdain for America and the tiny tots, man. So they have something to fight for. Meanwhile, on this side, they're going to be dragging people to go fight this war. Nobody wants to go fight this war. Nobody wants to go die for Israel. So from a morale standpoint, Iran is already setting up to be able to go toe-to-toe with America. And when they can't anymore, all right, or, they do some weird shit, like drop a fucking dirty nuke or something on Iran, then you're going to see Russia and China step in. All right, because Ezekiel the 38th chapter already states that Gog and Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, which represents Russia, is going to be a guard unto Persia. All right, and the modern day Persians are the Iranians, which are Elamites. All right, and the Lord is quickening their spirit as well. Not only are they attacking the tiny tops, not only are they attacking the American bases, they're also going after all these so-called Muslim nations that have been aligning themselves with America. Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Kuwait, the UAE, all of this. And the average American don't know what the fuck's going on. They've come with this narrative like, oh, they're terrorists. Nah, man, America is the terrorist. Okay, America's the one that can't keep at home. All right, the Iranians haven't threatened, America directly as far as the American people. But here it is, the tiny tops and the Americans, they're bombing, schoolgirls and stuff. For what? If you're still on the side of these Americans, then you're just you one of these patriots that believe in this, man. More than likely, you're a damn Edomite. Just to be real, or you lost. Okay, but Esau, the real Edomites, they don't see anything wrong with this, man, because it's in their spirit to go and take. It says that in Revelation. They're that red horse, and power was given unto them that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. And that's what they're doing. There was another video that was AI You know, they were showing, brothers been doing videos on it. You know, this is get back for Gad. This is get back for Yemen. This is get back for the victims of Epstein Island. This is get back for man. Iran, they took this shit personally, man. They're the ones that stepping up to the big bad bully and saying no more. And this is the turning point. All right, because this is going to spark this world of Armageddon. Okay? The Lord is bringing these nations into the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, the valley of the Lord's decision, you know, to judge them. So it's so much going on. All right, but this is also, Iran doesn't have to win this militarily. They just have to fuck up Esau's economy, which they're doing. All right, the Lord set this up absolutely beautifully. You know? So I want to get this, the main point. Joel chapter 3 and verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Right, we're not in a time of peace. We're in a time of war. Ecclesiastes goes into that. All right, there's a time for everything. Okay? There was a time for Esau to build, to climb, to rule the earth, and then there's a time for his ass to go out of power. We're in that time where power is about to be stripped from him, man. He has reached that point of no return. All right, and we're in the 250th year. All right, so it would make sense the Lord about to take this damn devil out, man. You know, the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. It says, prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares and the swords and your pruning hooks and the spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Right, and we're seeing, and the Iranians aren't necessarily weak. You know, that's what we're seeing. But they've been weak in the sense of, you know, they've been this nation, and they haven't tried to pillage like these other nations have, or like America has. All right, America has been the dominating force. They are nuclear, and they're going up against 2 nuclear powers, and they're handling their business. And again, Esau gonna do what Esau do, and he's not gonna play fair, man. You know, he gonna drop some shit on their ass. You know, Esau got some shit in his back pocket. It might not be full nuclear missile, but it could be some other shit that could do mass casualties, tens of thousands of people. And that would be a cause to get these other nations into the war. That would condemn America and Israel all together, man. So they're putting all of their efforts into their military. You know, they're making these cheap drones that's overwhelming the THAAD systems, the Patriot missile systems, the Iron Dome, all of that, man. And this is all the Lord, because the Lord is the power of war. Yahweh is his name. Verse 11, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat. See, that's what the Lord is doing. It says, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. And he's doing this for Israel's sake. It says, put you in the sickle, for the harvest is great, or harvest is ripe. Come, get ye down, for the press is full. The fats overflow with their, the fats overflow, for the wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of Yahweh is near, in the valley of decision. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the sun shall withdraw their shining. The Lord also shall roar out of Zion, and utter his voice from Jerusalem. And the heavens and the earth shall shake, and the Lord will be the hope of his people, and the strength of the children of Israel. That's what it's all about. This is what all of this is leading to. The Lord is doing a beautiful thing in the earth, man. And we just got to continue to see it play out. Yes, shit's about to get bad, but the Lord is going to protect us, man. The Lord said, fear not thou worm Jacob, because Esau about to come with it. This is the final countdown for him. He about to pull all the stops, man. All right, but we just got to stay prayed up, and the Lord is protecting us, man. There's more that be with us than them that be with them. Remember that. So, Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Rukak Kudash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, Haru well. Peace, love, and salutations to the whole elect. Till next time, Shalom.